Okay, is this close enough? Are we close?
Can you see what you need to see?
In frame?
Yeah.
We are rolling, by the way.
Oh.
This is our Amis bush.
Thank you so much for letting me know previously.
No, not the Amis bush. This is what do you call it? We call it mise en place. We're getting the space ready.
Oh, yes, of course. It's like, I have no clue what your words mean.
What? Have you never gone to fine dining?
No. Not really. That's kind of a lie. I totally have. But just...
But do you like fine dining though?
Can't afford fine dining.
Okay, but if you could afford or had a sugar daddy to pay for you, would you like to go to fine dining?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You like the experience?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who doesn't? Like, honestly.
Well, you have to appreciate it, right? Like, if
Yes.
you're a person who doesn't appreciate that type of like formality, it becomes a bit much.
Yeah. So, deciding, do we want better sound on YouTube or do we want better sound on our social media?
No, YouTube, I would say.
Right, so it's
on
your
my
phone.
Yeah, plug it in. I'm thinking we should put it on something so we can switch.
Easier.
Yes, what would be fun to use as a microphone?
Well, a dildo, obviously, but...
Yeah, should I go get one? Alright, we use a glass one.
But that can...
No, I mean, that's the thing. The dildo's too fat. We need something skinny.
Lighter.
Use a hair tie, just like around it.
But then, like, what is it? Like...
Does it have to be fun? That's too boring now.
We can also just switch it like this.
Dildo. This next to it, like this.
Hair
tie. Clipper. Clipper.
A clipper.
A clipper.
Okay. Because I think
Genius, right here.
for your Instagram.
Big brain for big dildos. Yeah.
Here, hold this. Is that Instagram friendly?
I
guess
don't think so.
No, I guess not.
What about YouTube friendly?
Well, there, I don't think it counts. But...
If you have, let's use a wand or something, because I've seen people do that on Instagram. I think it's fine.
It's a bit in my face, girl.
Why do you dislike this? This has been in my room. This has been.
Well, I don't know where it's been right now. It's just
Okay, it hasn't been anywhere like that. It is rock solid.
rock solid.
Oh, cock ring. That's nice.
Oh, it's gonna be heavy to pass.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
Should
too.
I just go get an Instagram friendly toy?
Okay, you go find one. You go try find one, and then find something else.
Do you want me to keep this or do you want to hold it?
Oh yeah, I mean, you can take it with you and give it a little commentary.
See if it lasts as long.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
The battery on that shit, did it say anything?
Hello. We're gonna go for
The processing of it. No, it didn't say, but I mean, the case of it was like somewhere in the 70s.
Because I opened it once and it just started blinking and I didn't understand it. And
I don't think you can hear me over the others. Anyways.
I think it will be.
we'll figure it out. I wanted to see
Ooh, sorry.
here if we.
This maybe.
Okay, we want water. Do you want anything else?
This one.
We
don't
already
think you
have
can tell
water,
this is extra.
like the big button. Nah, I don't think we need anything else. But maybe like. So.
Yeah, this is already a little bit closer than the one.
I think it's.
But in case
Okay.
they don't
According
want
to
this one. Sophia, your toys need a clean, dude.
Okay, she's doing that.
I'm guessing she's saying things into the microphone. That'll be fun.
I don't know.
I don't know.
God.
I mean, yeah.
For reference, I picked up Amy beads. They were not stiff enough.
Is this too sexual of a card?
That was what you knew when to use.
Yeah,
Pass it.
that's an easy thing.
Well, if I do like this, it's not so.
Well, after that would be cool to have a tarot card, but that's in the box now, so that doesn't work. And the other one's out there. I don't like everybody getting it.
This will be okay, but
Let's see if I can stick this on this.
Yeah,
I absolutely can. That's hilarious.
We're spending so much time on deciding like what we're gonna pass the fucking microphone.
Well, wait. Should we have more?
Sorry about that.
How does it work? Oh yeah.
Oh wait, I think were our heads already up?
Yeah. That's funny.
What the hell did I leave you for 2 seconds?
We were waiting for you.
No.
Okay, this with a little thing could be cute, or this thing because it clips on. Just
The ear.
kind of
That's
hilarious.
cute. It's hilarious.
I like the glass thing more.
I really like the glass
Yeah,
thing too,
it's
but
more
It's
witchy.
definitely more of a wand situation.
A hard choice, guys.
really hard choice. Let's do the glass one.
I mean, I guess people can vote and tell us what they like next time.
For next time.
Bunny or wand?
The
Hair tie?
Hair tie was
I was way too close to the camera right now.
Hello.
okay. Get in there.
Okay, I was just don't yell at me.
I was also like,
Ooh,
Oh no!
scary.
I don't know how to do this with this. Thank you.
Do you want to be in the middle because you're like color-wise, like you're light?
Yeah,
we're
true.
like
I can. I just
darker.
want to check the camera. So get in there. I want to double check this.
Yeah, the little one or the
Yeah, both of them. Sit where you want it.
Can you see my shirt? Oh my god.
No.
It's just great for me to have my bottle presents. It's my emotional support bottle.
Nice,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Are you poking me with a glass?
try to.
Excuse me while I just
too far away.
This one. I need to get in the natural sitting.
Ja da, men kan du slappe av litt grann, eller? Herregud, jeg må da kunne ta på meg sokka først. Jesus. What's a natural? I guess it's
So not easy being
it's so difficult.
a girl.
But then where are you sitting? Are you sitting here?
Yeah.
Then we need to move our size.
What do you mean size?
Size.
Oh yeah, thighs.
Well,
I think she'll-
You go a little bit more this way. Just a tiny bit.
And you can sit maybe a little bit on that, so you're a little bit
You're
like
elevated.
No, I only what?
She's already
Weird.
taller. I can sit on it if you want.
No, it's more. It was more like for
There you go.
The visual.
the visual.
Mm-hmm.
The visual.
But
What, darling? What's happening?
Tell us what you're thinking.
Okay, I guess this makes sense. Det der, altså, vi har jo liksom den her for at det er bedre kvalitet på Instagram. Men
Ja.
akkurat nå så er kameraet like langt unna, så gjør det egentlig mening at det blir klarere. Ja, for når jeg zoomer inn her på det
Ja.
her, så blir det dårligere enn det her, så blir det her kvalitet som jeg ser nå. Som
Ja.
jeg liker.
Ja.
And this goes on my hand process right there.
Så det blir bra?
Well, let's see. Let's test it out. But don't lean too much. You guys are now on the line of the camera, so don't lean outwards or lean
Right.
inwards.
Lean inwards. Lean inwards. Lean inwards.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I had to say it 3 times because I have OCD sometimes. No, just kidding. Well,
Should we put this on the other sex toy? Is there a reason why we just have one?
Or more because we were thinking that you can keep one and then we can switch in between.
yeah, you could have it on you.
Oh,
If you
want me
want.
to put it in my
Or you can have the other toy as well.
Yeah, just because of symmetry.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go get it.
Do you want to get the other wand though? So we have 2 similar wands rather than 2 different.
Oh,
From upstairs?
Yeah.
because the one has like a heart.
There's like a
situation.
star.
Yes.
Just gently peel off the sticker. Gently. And get a hair tie.
I have hair ties down here.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So, what did you dream about last night? I actually dreamt that we all did a drug, and it was so weird.
Really?
Because in my dream, you had these little capsules that looked like bamboo sticks but tiny, and you were like, "Everybody do these," and we were like, "Oh, okay," and it was like shots. And then after I took it, someone went, "Oh, what's in it?" And you went, "Oh, it's cat and a mix of," and just like you just said a bunch of drugs. And in my head, I was just like, oh, that's weird that this is the first time I'm doing drugs. It's so strange. I was like, I gotta have to go with it now. It's too late. We've already done it.
How was it?
I just remember feeling drunk.
I den där kroken där borta. Nej, den vita lilla där. Yeah, not that one, the other one. I can't read what it says on top of it.
So yeah, that was an interesting dream.
She just felt drunk. Is that what you said? Yeah. In her dream.
In my dream, we did drugs.
For the first time. I've never done drugs before.
And my brain went, like, in my dream, I was like, oh, I guess this is okay. Oh, I've done it now. I'm just gonna have to, okay. That's kind of funny that this is my first time. And I drifted off into another dream. I think. Maybe put it on the back so that you can see this one.
Such a genius. We love that. There you go. Thank you so much.
What a beautiful microphone.
One's ready. One's out, everybody.
All right. Butts in.
One's up the
One's out.
Butts in. All right.
Are you comfy?
Yes.
Ready.
Spread eagle.
Well, at least I have pants on.
True.
That's an upgrade.
Yeah, I didn't have those
Is it an
all morning.
upgrade?
Well, not really.
All right. How are you guys? Let's do a check-in.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
I love the fact that you're like, you want to go first?
A guest of honor.
Okay. I can go first. How am I? I'm good. I'm sleepy and a little drained, but I had a nice little cuddle with the cat upstairs. So I'm good.
Yes.
Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm a little bit sick in my stomach because of the chocolate mousse that we ate.
Oh no. Did you eat too much?
I think so. But I do feel energized. And I was feeling tired today and groggy, and the power nap would definitely help. Still feeling my allergies in my fucking nose. So, but my stomach is a little bit. But head-wise, it feels fairly clear, which is quite nice. But still, like, tired, too, in many ways. That's me.
Great.
Beautiful.
Same. I feel so allergic in my eyes today. That's just super itchy. But so you have to do eye drops on me before. I'm sure also later. Chocolate mousse. I just want to eat more, unfortunately, but it's probably not good for me.
Well, we have more. We have it here.
I know, but you know what I noticed last time when I was eating like blueberries during a podcast? It doesn't sound so nice.
It's true.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do that for you guys, but yeah, no, I feel good. Also, the nap really helped. Like it was a good nap, man. It was like I was over there and then I came over here and like sublime nap.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Haven't always slept good in this house, but now I do.
Yay!
It's not about the house, I realized.
It is about
The energy that I have in myself. Yeah.
Okay, so today's episode is about.
Oh, you thought I was gonna finish your sentence? I love the fact that you think that we're that close, but
And also, like, our paper's so far
We're
away.
so far
We
away.
totally forgot to set that up.
that's true.
But yeah, today's episode is about
Talking.
Juicebox?
Yeah.
I love
I'm like the guest. I'm like, Juicebox? Is it? Is that what it's about?
It's about yes, how Juicebox started, kind of thing. Where I think we're like more about how Juicebox has changed, evolved throughout its time from 2018, the first event, to now we are 2026. What have we learned through our journey, and yeah, kind of what aspects have evolved through it,
Personal growth.
personal growth, going in like about anxiety, can we poop at an event, to how much sex do we have at an event,
Or not have?
how many times we cried at an event, big epiphanies that we've had of
Do
what
we still
life
get
is.
nervous?
Mm-hmm. And there was something else, but it farted through my mind.
I feel like we'll get there.
Yes,
Probably we'll get
but
there.
welcome to the podcast. Give me the
Juice.
Cute. I'm Sophia,
And I'm Taya.
and we have a guest today who is
I'm Amy.
Yes, this is our playground where we talk about intimacy, and
I think it says literally where intimacy becomes political and I can't read that far, but
political, about pleasure, about connection.
Uh-huh.
we're trying. Main point is I think that we want to have a space where we can explore what we know, what we have gotten to know over these years, and who we are, who we become, and have some people on the podcast with us who can also tell that story.
Yeah, for me, it's also about for our own sake of reflection point and integration, I think, because it's been so long now. I think this has been a beautiful thing for us to talk about things in this kind of space, to reflect more of what have we actually done and integrate everything we actually also have achieved and gone through, and the challenges and all that. So it's also a beautiful process we're doing this. I feel like we're doing it for us as well.
For sure.
What I'm feeling into. So what we're saying today is, our perspective, our point of view, where we're at during to our privileges, our trauma, our ancestral history,
Social context, where we grew up.
Yes.
Our friendship.
Yes, our inside jokes and all that. So we totally see if some things might not resonate, or maybe does, or triggers, or activates, or you're told like, what the fuck is this? We would love to hear this in the comments. Give it all, the positive, the negative. We're up for everything. We'd love to see how this lands in people. And
hopefully I mean, yes, we are sharing for our own sake, but I hope that this maybe also can be of help to other people who would like to come to an event, and to get to know us a little bit better, and have just been a bit scared or just not been ready. And hopefully this can help you in that journey to destigmatize a bit and maybe normalize a bit at the same time. And
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
give a different perspective than what you might think sex positive spaces can be.
Right.
For sure.
So yes, about us, but also it's about you.
Yeah, there is something I wanted to say, but it farted away from me again.
Fair enough.
So, come save the day, Amy.
Okay.
That's why we invited you, for God's sake.
You're like, you've done this before, right? Okay, I think if you're okay with it, I think we should talk about exactly the destigmatization of like, what has the events been like for you from the beginning leading up to today? Like, what has changed, your personal growth, that type of stuff. I think that's really important.
Yes, and to introduce Amy, she used her pronouns.
I do.
She has been a part of us since 2018, our basically fourth event. So very much part of the whole journey, from being a guest into suddenly hosting her own events, and been a very big support of the Juicebox team for a very long time.
Can I actually say something about that?
Yeah.
Because I noticed like a reaction in my body when I saw the episode where you said like, we're going to talk about Juicebox, we should have Amy for that, where I was like, wow, like when I first heard about Juicebox, like I think I was lucky in a sense of I had a lot of people close to me that knew about Juicebox from the get-go. So for me, Juicebox was like this thing that really empowered really cool women did. And so for me, I felt going into it like, oh, I'm not that confident, I'm not that empowered, I'm not that cool. And so now to hear the both of you whom I deem like the OGs, right, be like, oh, we're going to talk about Juicebox, so we need Amy for that. It's like insane. It's insane. I was like, I can't believe that like now when we talk about Juicebox, like my name is synonym to that almost.
Do you feel
right?
like you graduated?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, what? No. Like, I remember a conversation before my first Juicebox with girls who'd gone to Juicebox where I was like, oh no, I don't feel comfortable taking my top off. Like, much rather, I don't feel comfortable taking my bra off. I think it was. I was like, no, my boobs are too this, they're too that, they're too like, oh no, that wouldn't be comfortable for me.
When is this? Like when? Like
2018.
Take me a picture. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So 2018, I've moved back to Norway from England. I've just started as like an assistant supervisor or assistant store manager, and all of the girls in this store are so cool. They're so empowered. They're
This is Lush we're talking about, so you can paint the picture of what kind of people who work at Lush.
Right. They're all really cool. They're all like activists in some form. A bunch of them are vegans. They're just like, they're politically active for sure. So I view them as like really cool people. And then when they start talking about Juicebox, I'm like, that sounds amazing, but that sounds so scary, and I'm like, not that cool.
Yeah.
It's so funny to like hear that now and like see you be so like empowered in that, like that was me before, that's not my identity anymore.
Absolutely. It was also a really big part. I've mentioned this before in other platforms, but it was also a really big part for me to go through like the exposure therapy of seeing or experiencing my body in a space with other people, having it be naked and receive nothing but love, and like what that did was so radical to me, because I'm supposed to hide it, right? Or like cover it up in shame, wear something that's like not too revealing and whatnot, and to just like exist and have nothing but love. And I don't mean that in a sexual way necessarily, but just like no one said anything negative, no one looked at me in like a negative light. It was very crazy.
And also, your body has changed completely in these times too. Yeah. And what kind of reflections or what kind of experiences have you noticed of the change of being a much bigger, full-bodied woman and now worked your ass off to become a skinny bitch? And you look like a bitch now compared to what you did before.
Did I look nicer?
Yes.
Love the honesty here.
Yes, you did. You were big and it was just like
for sure more approachable.
You know what it also
less intimidating. Yeah.
Sorry. I think it is also the fact that you were cuter, because like there's like when you have like bubbly cheeks, like absolutely. You get like just a softness of like it's almost like not childlike, but more like
I miss my face for sure. Like I know that's kind of weird, but like I look at pictures of my face now and I'm like, that's not me. Like it feels weird because like I'm so used to seeing like bigger cheeks. Also when you lose that much like body fat in your face that quickly, you look older immediately. Yes. Right. So it felt like I aged really rapidly.
It's okay to be mature.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It was just such a like rapid and quick change that it felt very, very strange. And I do, I think I was probably more approachable before, but there's also when you're in a bigger body in that type of setting.
Did you just sneeze and fart?
I didn't know where to go because I can't.
That's hilarious.
Valid. No, when you're in a bigger body in a sex positive space, not necessarily a sex positive space, but in a space like that, you're how am I gonna word this? I think it feels like you have to jump more hurdles, right? Like I'm gonna redact what I said about the sex positive space because I think it's just in life in general. Yeah. When you navigate our society as a bigger person, you have to be, in order to be treated well, you have to be so much nicer, you have to be so much more approachable, and like make yourself feel, or at least this was the truth for me, or felt true for me, like you have to be worthy of other people's attention, friendship, attraction, whatever it is, in a way, quote unquote, despite the way you look, which I think is awful, because at the end of the day, bigger people are fucking attractive. Like they don't have to make up for anything, but it felt very
You're
real.
Not cute but fat. You're
right.
Not
You're not like you're sexy even though you're fat, you know, like and I use that word fine now, but like at the time I would have been like recoiled. but yeah, but in a juice box setting, I don't necessarily feel that different. It's more so I think I'm less approachable, kind of. Even though I'm like that girl and me, we're the same person.
Yeah.
You know, like literally have the same everything. Like,
Mhm.
granted, I might have changed a little bit because I now experience the world a little bit differently, but overall, we're the same person. But I think people find me a little bit more intimidating now.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you've also like personally grown so much, like within
Right.
your capabilities, within your experience. So I think that also is what you exude in terms of energy, regardless of your body, actually,
Right.
like, or your size. I mean, and what you wear, because you just exude more mature like experience, and I think that overall to people is more intimidating. Like,
Sure.
I'm a big fan, or like I've used like fake it until you make it a long
Yeah.
time, and I think that is just what people also meet, you know, that exuding confidence, which is not real sometimes, or it has not been, at least, you know. So, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
maturity is, wow, that's the cat.
Yeah. She's okay. She's just shouting.
What are you shouting about? That's the first time. That's long. She's been shouting for a long time.
That type of shouting, I'm wondering, is she castrated?
Yes.
Okay. Because she's calling.
Yeah. And I want to go to her now.
You can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Take a break. Go.
That's the type of meows that locks us in the bathroom, where he goes like, ah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she did go for a car ride today, so who knows?
Also,
like-
she fell asleep in the bed while I was still there, and now she's woken up alone. That
Oh,
could be part of it as well.
oh, scary.
Hi.
Hi. Come.
I was just saying to Taya, she did, when she fell asleep, I was next to her, and now she woke up alone. So that could just be like, where's everybody?
Everybody's here.
So quiet now.
Oh, yeah, she likes the wand.
Is that nice of people to
Oh.
No, it's just eating the star.
Okay. Now you're with us, Kitty. You're not gonna stay on you.
Whee.
No, she's not gonna stay here. We tried.
At least now
That's
she
all right.
knows where.
Here.
Yeah. If she now goes to call again, then she's trying to go outside.
Yes, I was like, are you arver mine abandonment
Issues?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So we were talking about confidence,
Mhm.
right? And like faking it till you make it and stuff. Yeah, I think it's easier for me now to act a bit. I don't need anybody else's approval
Mhm.
than it was previously,
Mm.
which comes down to a confidence that I don't necessarily have to fake as much.
But do you feel like you do have more confidence now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm. And what created that confidence?
It's a mix of feeling more like myself, like physically in my body, but also having over years and years and years been in this community and built that like feeling of worthiness almost, which I think unfortunately comes from outside validation, right? It comes from experiencing outside validation over and over and over again for a long time. So you get to a point where you're like, okay, it can't be that bad because like, people still find me attractive, you know? Yeah.
When did you have that like moment of like, oh, people do find me attractive, or like that self-worth like coin that kind of like, cha-ching.
It's gone too many coins into the same slot that you can't ignore it anymore.
So your bank is overfilling now, so you're just like, you're so rich on like the experience that you were like, thank you.
Yeah, I think it was probably about 2 years ago now when we had a lollipop party, and I was trying to flirt with someone who didn't seem like he clocked on to the fact that I was flirting with him. And when I spoke to him about it later, he was like, no, I didn't think that you would like
me,
grace me with like your attention. And to that I was just a bit like taken aback, because like, you know, from my point of view, I'd been like
Of course. Hello.
I'm just gonna be like, hi, would you maybe possibly be interested?
Me?
You know.
Mhm.
So that was weird, but probably
Yeah.
like a click moment. Yeah, for sure.
There's something there that I kind of like want to ask about, like the confidence like levels of like where do you like what confidence level did you start with when you started like going to Juicebox as an
Mhm.
attendee, and then like stepping into maybe the facilitator role of doing mini juices,
Mhm.
and then also in the other spaces like Lollipop and
Mhm.
now kind of.
I think that when I started as an attendee, I had basic confidence in who I was as a person. I would describe myself as someone who had confidence in who I was, right? Like you couldn't tell me nothing like about my character, you know? My discomfort came from not being sexually liberated, and it came from a space of is my body attractive, if that makes sense. Like I genuinely had moments where this is like such a strange thing, but it's just a thing that stuck with me. I once had someone talk about if an intruder came in while you were asleep and you were naked, like what if someone like harassed you or whatever. But in my head I was like, if someone is an intruder who's coming into my house, I must wear clothes so that they're not grossed out, which is such
And that's a wild like
right.
So then I get grossed out. Like, what?
Yeah, there was no point in my train of thought that was like my naked body to a stranger would be attractive. It was just like, oh no, I have to hide so that they're not grossed
also
out.
is this like, it sounds like, is it, I don't know if I can say this on this platform, but like a grape fantasy that is like not fulfilled in the sense of like, you know.
I don't think I have that.
No,
but no, but
just because it's like
Mhm.
also the stranger and the coming in and then the not, you know.
It was more of a I would need to be dressed up in case a stranger came into my home. It wasn't like I hope the stranger comes into my home.
And
But
takes
you're
advantage.
krisemaksimering. Liksom,
Yes.
maybe
Yeah,
if somebody
yeah.
will come, so I had to wear clothes on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. And I was raised to be comfortable with my body. So like at some point, I think if I'm gonna be like crude, I think it was the size of my boobs that threw me off. Because like I did like them, don't get me wrong, but it got to a point where I was like, this is grotesque now. You know? And I don't know why I was like that, but in my head I was just like, oh no, it's too much.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've sensed that sometimes about myself as well when I see my boobs compared to like someone who's very like smaller boobs.
Mhm.
Like it's just more things are happening there. Like it's more motion. It's more
Sure.
like out there. Like it's, you know,
Right.
it just
It brings
immediately
more attention, yes,
exactly, it brings more
Yeah.
attention. So like even for even bigger boobs, it's like a lot more like together with even like it's just more is more. And then you
Yeah.
have a lot more to deal with. You have a lot more to be also like met with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I absolutely agree with that when we're talking about someone's body who's not my own, right?
Mhm.
But then in my disordered mind, it was very like, oh no, more is awful.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's very normal to have that moment. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to disinterrupt you, but like, yeah.
But how many events did you? You were quite at many events before I asked you if you wanted to host your own event.
Yeah, I think I
How
went.
does the story go?
Yeah, because I'm like, how many events were you at, and why were you at Juicebox so often?
Okay, so when I first found out about Juicebox, I was like, I'll give it a go. We'll give it. I talked to my partner. He was like, yeah, this is great. Absolutely, go enjoy yourself. In my mind now, I want to talk about jealousy, but we shouldn't. It's just because you talked about it last time and I had thoughts.
Oh,
like, let's not. Right. Sorry. I went to that one, enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought I need more of this in my life. And then I went a few more times, sometimes with friends, sometimes without. And then it became this thing where I was like, this is the highlight of like my month or whatever it is. Because there was a time where I think it felt like it was every month. It's like, and I would just go to all of them. And then I think it was during COVID, like the first year of COVID, I think, there was a party at your house or at your flat where I think you'd asked me to just be like, oh, can you just do this game or something? And I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll start a game, whatever. I did that, and afterwards you were like, so do you want to start your own events? And
Just like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
it was
like
super
that.
casual. I remember that being at home. Like, yeah, huh. Because I saw you. I was like, wow, you're taking control. You've been there a lot of times. Huh. Would you like to do that, maybe?
Yeah.
I was very awesome.
I think I must have been in the community for about 2 years at this point, probably, and gone to like practically everything. Yeah, apart from maybe the pool party, I don't think I'd gone to that yet.
Right.
Yeah. No, but it was great. But also, I remember my initial reaction being like, I really have to think well and hard about this before I say anything. And then my first like thought process was, but I'm not Sophia. You know, it was like the things that you're confident in and the things that are like your strengths aren't my strengths. And then after a while, I was like, okay, but I have my own strengths, so and I can set my own boundaries, and if I can shape it in a way that feels good for me, where I can say like, I'm not comfortable with this, but I am comfortable with that. And then after a while, that developed into Mini Juice.
Because that's how I understood how I can scale this in a way is that it is events by Amy Lynn.
Right.
It's not by me. It has to be by you, or else I become micromanaging. This has to be completely like how I do it.
Yeah.
And that's not possible. So that was also my kind of way of scaling. It was like, no, you do you. You are good in the way you have your own pros and cons, and you need also make an event that you would like to enjoy and what makes you happy and gives you a motivation. So yeah,
it's very much a skill to like empower people to do their own thing.
Absolutely.
I feel like you've done that many times over in this process of these years. So
yes,
very
this is
grateful.
what I learned that by running the Ostada restaurant and bar, having people who are working under me there. I will be crazy like they didn't put the fork where they're supposed to be the fork because I worked at fine dining, so I was like, oh, but Sophia, let it go. You can't control everything. It's okay. It's so hard. It's so much easier to let that shit go and be like, no, they're good at that and maybe not good at that, but that's okay. That's their journey. Let them be appreciate for what they're good for and that they are different from you. And that's what I focus more than on the Juicebox in that sense.
I think in the beginning of Mini Juice, it felt like I almost had like a script of how to do it, which was very like, Sophia made a quiz, Sophia made this game. And I did that for maybe 3 events, and then I was like, fuck this quiz, man. Yeah. I was like, this game annoys me, let's do this other game.
Yeah.
And that developed into what more felt like, okay, this is my thing now. And then what I really enjoyed was to do Mini Juices, but have like other people come in and do their thing as well. To be like, okay, we'll do this, but we'll do Juicebox, but we'll have a tantric masseuse teach us some stuff, or we'll have a stripper teach us how to do good lap dances. Yeah, which felt really, really nice. Yeah, more authentic.
And I also think that you said like earlier today was also there's more support because you were hosting this also all by yourself.
Yeah. That was
and Mini Juices is like smaller events of like 20, 15 people. And in the beginning of time, it was like what Introjuices is today of the introduction for people who are baby gays and new to Juicebox and all that. Then it kind of evolved to being just Mini Juicebox, where you have mostly just regulars who come who want to fuck.
Right,
as I understand it also, like it almost like became, it sort of like came out of the fact that there was so many people who wanted to attend the Juicebox parties that there was like there's a need to have more people to like you know like just the demand was so high that this created something. So
absolutely. And in the beginning, the Mini Juices would sell out like a day or 2 after we posted them. It was very, and I think we had anywhere between 15 to 25 tickets on sale, really depending. And at the time I was doing it alone, which like I had Ranvai's help a bit in the beginning, but she fell off quite quickly, and we didn't have Care Bears or anything at the time, so being alone in it was in lack of better words risky. Like we know better now.
Sure.
But at the time it was very much like, this is so on me. I've had a few like journeys of experiencing an event as I'm doing it and thinking this could have gone better, that part could have gone better. I had one moment which I think I'll remember to this day, where we were doing a game of some kind, and I remember thinking, fuck, I should have had one glass less of wine.
Mm.
Because I remember just feeling like a little bit tipsy while I was doing it. And I was like, no, that's not the space I want to be in, you know? And this was a small event. I think we were maybe 10 people. Yeah.
Well, you need to cross some stuff to understand. Okay, this is where we're at. Oh, I need to better sleep. Or this.
Or I need someone else who can handle it when someone is having like a rough time, you know? Even if they're coming in with their own baggage and it has nothing to do with the event. If they're having a rough time and I hold space for that person, that leaves 24 other people who need me as well, you know? So yeah, it was
It's about like stepping over your own boundaries though. Like, do you have any other stories where you felt like in the beginning you just, like you said, also a bit like the performing, you had like a script that you did, and like is there anything else that you feel like you sort of like overgone yourself in order to
great question. Absolutely. I think in the beginning I felt like the whole vibe of the night was my responsibility, and like it kind of was, but I took responsibilities that weren't mine to take. So for example, I'd be like, okay, usually we know this from having done Juicebox a lot, someone has to be the first person to make it sexual, right? Like, because if not, we're all just going to sit on the couch and wait for someone to dare to do it. So someone has to do it, but it does not have to be me, you know? But I took that responsibility almost every time. So it means that in a like spin the bottle type of game, I would never reject anyone. So even if what was proposed to me was stuff that I naturally wouldn't have liked to do, I still would not, you know, because I didn't want them to experience like, welcome to Juicebox, here's some rejection, you know, which is so wrong. So wrong. Like, with what we know now,
what we're also teaching as well.
Because rejection isn't scary, and we need to normalize it. And
absolutely. So if you ask me now, I will absolutely say no if it's something I don't want to do. And I, you know, we have the whole spiel about saying no and then saying thank you type of stuff. But that wasn't around at that time.
No.
So it was just very much like, okay, this person I really don't want to kiss. It's like I had one experience where I was doing a spanking workshop, which I did quite a lot back in the beginning. And this person whom I'm showing the spanking on turns around, grabs my face and like really hard snogs me.
Wow.
And I remember just being so overwhelmed because this was not a person that I wanted to snog. And we had not talked about whether or not kissing was on the table. So I remember just being like, whoa, like, but then everyone's watching. So I can't also like make this person feel terrible, but also I need to set an example of setting boundaries and be like, that's not okay. You can't kiss someone without asking. And so it was a really tricky situation.
Definitely.
I think I just solved it by going like, thank you so much. Please remember to ask me next time.
Yeah.
You know,
but it's something about like guiding with confidence in back to the negotiation part instead of like
calling people out,
or
be like, or reacting very big, but like what you're saying of how to do it professionally, like, thank you for that, but please ask me next time because that I actually, or
it comes just from a grounded space, and then it makes it a little bit less scary. Like you still feel like, oh shit, I did something super wrong, but okay, it's gonna be fine because you also reassured me in the way that I messed up.
No one's mad at you.
Yeah, no one's mad at you.
Don't do it again. You know.
Yeah, learn from it. Learn from your mistakes. Yeah. So you feel like you learned from your mistakes?
Yeah, for sure. I don't go into juice boxes now with the same. Oh my God, I have to word this differently. Sorry. I realized 2 years ago maybe that I've had anxiety before every minute juice. I've just not known it as that. I've just thought I get really carsick on the way over. No, dude, you're nauseous because you're anxious, right? And like I always sleep terrible and have nightmares the night before. The nightmares are always minute juice related. It's like I'm late. I've forgotten that it was happening, and now all the guests are there. I've booked an Airbnb, but I didn't actually book it, so now we're here, but they're not letting us in. Like, or I decided to do it at mom's house, but I forgot to tell her, so now mom is here. Like, so many weird like nightmares that I would have leading up to it. I'm always late and I never make it. And then on the drive over, I get really, really nauseous. And then I show up to the event. I'm tired, you know, nauseous. And I'm not understanding why this happens every fucking time. It's like, oh, but it is because my body has learned that when I go into my mini juice role, I shut off all my needs, right? I don't
put everybody in front of you.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just very like, I'm here to do my job and make sure everybody here is taken care of and happy and well fed and whatnot. And then
at the end of the night I'm exhausted. Yes. So my body learns to like, whoa, this
is-
space isn't great for
no.
me.
It's
No,
just not so safe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But for sure, like I just like it feels like I'm remembering like parts of time where I had to do like a scare poo before going to like any events
Mhm.
at home, preferably, because it would just be like so like yeah, not understanding what my body was telling me. Obviously,
Yeah.
my gut was activated in some way because
Mm.
I have a like this social anxiety, and
Mhm.
what I've used Juicebox for many years was to like self exposure to like social anxiety,
Mm.
and it was very like that was the confident part in it, and like that's the one that I wanted to do that for myself. But then the body it took so long to catch up on that, the fact it was safe to do so. So it was
Yeah.
just like yeah, I think I still am learning about that a little bit, like to listen to the body
Yes.
actually, and to like
Yeah.
slow down, be like, oh, it's a reaction. It's not just the fact that you had something you ate this morning and you didn't feel like
Yeah.
it was so good anymore. No, it's about the
emotions.
nerves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm.
Do you feel nervous still now while hosting Amy the Juice?
No,
No.
not so much. But I've been much better at setting boundaries,
Yeah.
like both for myself, because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, for me, boundaries is about how knowing that I'll uphold them,
Yeah.
you know, but also with what kind of people are helping me,
Yeah.
you know, when I don't. You have to quality check the people that help you and not have it be just the people that want to help you the most, but
Yeah.
also have people that actually help and
Yeah,
not just like
you know.
do a task while stressing you out.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Delegating.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it kind of just also shows how much responsibility it is to host. That
Yeah.
we do take so much for granted
Mm.
and do not really value what it is to host a party, host an event,
Mm.
and think that it's so easy and it's just so fun. It's like, dude, it's so much responsibility that we take that we're not aware of. And for me, is also being aware of like the emotional responsibility, like you're
Mm.
saying, and people's well-being, and that they have fun and don't get rejected and don't feel sad, and it's
Yeah,
a lot to hold.
absolutely. In the beginning, I think I felt like Mini Juice was me.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Like, and when people had a good time, I took that as immediate like confirmation that
Yes.
I did a good job
Mhm.
and I'm good. Right?
That
And-
you're valid.
Yeah. And in the beginning, I don't know what's changed, right? I haven't pinpointed it yet. But in the beginning, after every party, we would have like a line out the door with people hugging me and like saying, thank you so much. This was great. This was amazing. And like, you're amazing. You're such a good host. Like constantly.
Yeah.
And that to me was like, this is how I know I've done a good job. Like I've had a good time.
Mm.
These people have had a good time. This is great. Success. Gold star for me.
Yeah.
And then
Gold star.
yeah. And now what I'm noticing is a lot of people are regulars, right?
Yeah.
And the regulars don't have that massive high.
No.
So they don't do the whole, oh my God, this was great. They
No.
just go, love being a Juicebox. And
Yeah.
then they go home.
Yeah.
And then I'm sat there going, oh shit, did I not do a good job anymore?
You're
Like,
not getting the same reactions. Yeah.
Right. And also like we're trying to do closing circles now instead of just like letting people drift off. But that also then creates a space where they can say what they feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really changed and it's yeah.
I think what you just described from the like there's much better like intro, middle, outro that also takes care of your nervous system, if I'm like reading it right? And I feel like that is that's a big development for the hosting facilitation role that we've experienced over the years.
Definitely, we're much more emotionally aware and guiding the energy. Before we weren't so energy aware, I would say.
No,
It
and we
was
just
more
sponge like
Yeah.
a sponge.
It was
taking
more
it
like
on,
definitely like
holding it.
energy wise, like, okay, we need to make this activity. If somebody's bored, they do this activity. We got this. We got so many games up our
Yeah.
sleeves if we need it
Yeah.
to make things happen.
Yeah.
In the kind of like the world of like, yes, it's more.
It's like desperation
Mm.
almost. Like yeah.
Yes. And now we're much like, okay, slow. We need more time. It's okay,
Mm.
Pete. We can be a little bit quiet sometimes, but also like, oh, what gets us together? Sharing, being vulnerable, being
Right.
honest, talking about that. We had that in the beginning too, of like having talking games, but now we're doing it more as like, okay, we have sharing circles. What we
Yeah.
do now, and then
way
also,
more intentional.
yes, and more honest, I would say as well.
But I also find that I enjoy the host role much more now because my nervous system.
The stroll,
The
Hosting
role.
role.
host role, yes.
Because like you said there, I think our nervous systems are better taken care of. But also with the help of, you know, Care Bears, having people who are volunteering, it does make it feel way safer.
Yeah.
And having that safer aspect where everything isn't necessarily on your head means that you can enjoy yourself while being a better host.
Yes.
So
I think we talked about Care Bears the last time, but maybe not. Do you want to give a quick like explanation of what that is?
sure.
Who they are, what they do?
Would you like me to do it, or do you want to?
You can do it.
Okay. Care Bears are people from the community who's been there for a while, who has a role in which they support the other people in the community. These are usually people who have a knack for it, or who enjoy being a safe space for people, enjoy supporting, giving hugs, asking follow-up questions, you know, like making
Emotional
people
support.
feel safe. Yeah.
Because that's what we have seen, that I think that's how it also has evolved, where like, okay, where is things taking too much time for me? Where do I actually don't have a capacity for? Like, and actually finding out our boundaries, and then learning how to ask for help, and therefore like structuring. Who was the first Care Bear?
Lily.
But before
Was it?
that, before that,
No,
we
we
also
had
had
we had-
consent angels, and then it evolved to
Into-
Care Bears. So
yes.
consent angels is at least a term that we used a lot in the
First,
beginning.
yes.
Yeah. And those were people, I remember you would be like, maybe pre to the event, you would be like, hey, can you maybe be a consent angel? And I don't remember what necessarily the role was all about, but maybe it was just about like asking during the event, do you feel comfortable? It was not so much about emotional support and caretaking or holding space. It was a lot more on the fact that, at least as I approached it, as not educating on consent, but like bringing a little bit of like that vibe of like asking out loud and like
Because I remember
guiding.
because I think we had a consent angels because we're getting more feedback of breaches of consent. And this is where we're like, oh, what do we do here? I remember, I think it was an Excel party where something happened. I think you took that, and then we were like, oh, okay, how do we need more support here now, people can go to when things happen.
It was Drew at the Excel party. It was Drew.
It was first one.
I just remember me and Drew being put together as the consent team.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
See, it's about like when shit happens,
Yeah.
you do something in order to change it for the
Unfortunately.
future.
No, yeah, but that is how we evolve. You need a crisis, you need shit to happen to understand, oh, okay, this is where we can do better. That's has what my way of being an entrepreneur has been. You learn by doing. You fail, and okay, next. Or now, like having breakups with my friends and be like, this is our values. The breakups have been transformed into what our values are for the community. What do I
mean,
kind of put perspective on things.
It's an absolute privilege when someone can teach you something before harm happens. But most of the time, I fear that harm has already happened. We just haven't been aware of it.
Yes.
And then someone makes us aware and change happens.
Yes.
There's only so much you can do also as terms of like preparing people or like preparation. That's also
or preventing.
Why, I think that's also the main issue that I've had for a long time with sex education in schools. There's only so much you can actually teach, because it's also sex or sensuality or anything that involves the body and experiencing in the body. You need to experience with the body, with your own body. So it's like you can prepare and make yourself so good at like doing the best that you can, but you will for sure fuck up, because it's a human experience to fuck up, and then understand what that does to you when you do step over boundaries. There's also a beautiful part of this, like trying to experience new things in a safer container, and like, you know, that's literally all that we're trying to do, right? But it's also a beautiful part of life to be like, I do forgo myself sometimes in order to understand better who I am, my needs, what I want, boundaries, and so on.
Yes.
But consciously. So it's And I think that in the past, at least for myself, that I've done it so unconsciously. I've been like, just saying yes to so many things because the vibe of the room or what I think is expected of me or the script that I'm following or whatever has also prompted me to do that. And and then not do it anymore. And then now just do it more consciously, be like, yeah, I tried the golden shower for once. It's fun. But like be more conscious about like, now I'm actively choosing something too. And I think that is also part of how the events have changed.
Yeah, because you need to go through it yourself to really be able to change, because we are so bad at being told what to do. We need to experience ourselves to actually feel, oh hell no, I'm not doing that. And then actually changing.
Well, it's some things not. I mean,
I think most things you need to go through shit yourself to actually change.
Maybe people can answer that for us, because I feel like that's a debate.
Yeah, I can think of a lot of extreme things I don't need to go through in order to know.
Of course, yes, probably extreme things.
But I think
also your tolerance level or tolerance window is a lot larger than maybe mine or Amy's.
That is true. I think it's also how much are you afraid of shit.
Yeah,
your scared level compared to your courage level, and yes, that is definitely
right. But also, if you've had harm happen to you,
yes,
your tolerance window becomes much smaller.
Yes, no doubt, because your body is always in fear.
You're in alert,
yes.
for sure.
Yeah,
and it has maybe experienced something in the past that obviously you have scars, right? And those scars make you more aware, and like maybe you don't want to be in a situation that feels similar, isn't similar, but triggers similarities. Or
yes, right.
Yeah, should we circle back to you?
Well, I was want to circle back to the first thing that we talked about, how it's so weird for you to say, or that how important you have had in Juicebox, and that you are like technically now a queen. And I also feel that now, because I think after doing it for 6 years and 7 years, I was like, yeah, okay. I think now I was like, okay, wait, what? 8 years is being much like, it's a fucking long time, and how much we have changed and everything has happened. I feel much also the weight of what we're doing. I think that's also now like you also can feel it, because you also been a part of the whole 8 years basically.
Me too.
Yes, you too. You too. Oh,
You too, baby.
Yes. And we are still standing. Yeah, that was just my comment to that.
We are gonna go through a bit of a change with Juicebox though in the future, as it is ever changing. But
it is.
But this
How do we go
change
into
is
that?
not so much like based on just evolving. This one is also maybe a little bit like conscious, actively choosing a different direction now. Which is a bit different than I think how has happened in the past. In the past, I think we've been so trying to accommodate and like, trying to make more events, trying to fill
doing
the
it
gaps
for other people.
and,
I think that's the key, right? That
Yes.
Juicebox has for the longest time been a how can we serve the community, right? And I think from the outside perspective, it might appear as like, oh, these people are just chilling and hosting these parties, and like, not, is it a big job? Who knows? Like I remember in my early Juicebox
the big
times
job.
that but like I remember early Juicebox days that people would be like, I can't believe this is your job, like you're not working. And I'd be like, inside I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? But then also I can understand the aspect of if you go to a party and it is seamless, so you don't feel the curation that's happening in the work.
There's no stress, there's no
if it
crisis.
feels flowy and good, then it can feel like you're just visiting someone at their house and like you're just happen to be fucking,
Honestly,
but not knowing that the flow part is what's curated. That's how we did.
If
we
I
did something for
wasn't
that.
working, you wouldn't be fucking.
it's so intentional that people forget, right? That is such a good point. Like, and it also like kind of like takes away of the experience of like how like knowledgeable or like how evolved we are, or
Right.
like like
all experience that we've had throughout the years, what we learned. We need to do this. This happened. Okay, we need to check up on this. How to improve, how to accommodate.
I literally wrote down a couple of days ago, like, how do you explain that you bring a quality to a room and
Yeah.
you're able to socially engage the quality so that more people are part of that quality? Like, how do you, like, you know, socially move people into a vibe? And that's kind of like what we're talking about now. Like, how do you bring, how are you in the vibe so that everybody else feels the vibe?
What was the answer?
Well, I don't know the answer yet, but I wanted to, like, maybe get do a workshop on it or
Yeah.
something, you know, to explore it even a little bit further for myself, because there's certain, for example, for me, there's certain identities that I don't click with, in a sense of, like, for me, like, facilitation and hosting is not necessarily identity that I want to put on always.
Sure.
Same with the academic.
Yeah.
Like, I have a hard time being in my academic because it doesn't feel like I can
With her
claim
freaking
it.
2 bachelors and a master's, excuse me.
But yeah, so you know what I mean. And that experience of somebody telling you, it's for sure like some sort of trauma here or something that, you know,
Yeah.
I'm aware. But I think that trying to really explain how you by body language, by verbally, and by exuding energy, change a room
Yeah.
for that, like, higher vibration, the lower vibration. That is a magnificent, like, social understanding of, like, what's happening.
It's an X factor of leadership, right? That you
yes.
have to, or you don't have to, but in order to get there, you have to be so socially awake and so tuned in to the people around you, while also having the clear morals and the clear values and a goal where you know where you're going, right? Like, I'm gonna get all of these really stressed out, really nervous people on a different, like, spectrum of where they are sexually and, like, who they're attracted to. Are they attracted to anyone in this room? Maybe they're not. Like, how is that going to shape the night? Like, take this spectrum of people and get them to a space where they're all having a good time in a sex positive space. Like, that is work, right?
It is work, yeah.
But I also think that when people when they're not aware of that, they're really worried about calling it work. I feel like, especially in the early days of Juicebox, that people were worried about saying Sophia is working because it implies that she doesn't want to be here. And I don't think being at work and I don't want to be here, I wouldn't have done this if I wasn't getting paid. Like, I don't think those things are mutually exclusive. But I think that's where, especially maybe in Norway, that's where
The
our
regular,
train of thought goes.
yes, yeah, definitely.
And because it's also oftentimes when you associate the term work with so many, like, negative things about, like,
everyday work, it does that way.
and this is very different. I think for sure the emotional labor and, like, the type of, like, social labor that we've done over the years is it's a different type of work that cannot necessarily be compared to the kind of, like, office work that you think of when you hear the word work, right?
Because nobody has defined it before, really, or it's not normalized in the everyday work. When you work at Kitty, you know, you don't talk about your emotions and the emotional holding there. Yes, we have some team building nights, but that's minimal stuff compared to what we are doing.
And also for me, for the longest time, I always thought it was very hard for me to differentiate between being a part of the community and being a, like, facilitator in the community, like having all these different hats of, like, right? Am I, like, a participant? Am I a performer? Am I, like, a space holder? And to be able to switch between these identities. And just recently somebody asked me, so how do you do it? And I was like, yeah, well, sometimes actually I need, like, physically to change. Like, I need to, for example, take off clothing, or I need to you know, step into a new room to do it. Like, sometimes it's about that, and sometimes it's about inner work of energies. But how do you guys do that? How do you go from, like,
that's been my issue. I've been always at work. That has been Sophia. I am the ice queen because I'm always at work, and that means I'm always holding. I'm always creating. And Juicebox was very much that, but I was on autopilot. I didn't know any difference. I didn't know what it was to be in my body. It was just yes. I remember Juicebox and Lollipop being a lot of work, most because Yo, remember the times where I rented an Airbnb and we would have an event on Friday, Juicebox on Friday, another Juicebox party on Saturday, and a lollipop on Sunday. And that's the time where I did a lot of shit most by myself.
Yeah.
I hold it all myself, and I was like,
And you had a different full-time job outside of that.
yes.
Yeah, I remember being the first time I was part of one of those weekends. I had started working, but I'd never worked a Juicebox party.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, I did Minute Juice on my own. And there was a weekend, I wonder if it was Halloween, and it was
that weekend.
Friday, Saturday, and I came to the Friday one, and I was like, oh, this is great, this is amazing. Wake up the next day, it's time for the Saturday party, and I'm like, I don't have energy to get into my costume, let alone host a party. And I just remember like being a shell of myself the whole Saturday, thinking, how do you fucking do this? And then you're doing lollipop on Sunday? Absolutely not.
I know.
I will not be here.
No, but I
Insane.
remember so many times. One was like when also in Tønsberg for the Femdon.
Yes.
I remember I had a breakdown right before because I was so tired. I'm not sure what, but running 3 businesses and blah, blah, blah. I was out there outside, beautiful view, crying and like breathing. Came in, people came like, okay, hello, welcome guys. It was so funny how I could put that mask on, but also that personality, and also get a lot of energy from it. I was super drained afterwards. It was still felt genuine because in that way, but I was so amazed about the switch I could push my body into.
You know what happened to me a lot after every event? I would almost after every event I would get sick. And not just because like we switched a lot of like fluids and like we kissed a lot or I kissed a lot of people, but more of the fact that my like that drain of like energy was just like it took away my immune system like almost, and it just like, so I would get sick a lot after. Like I was like, okay, I need to plan for like not just a rest day, for like a half-week sick day kind of thing.
Yeah, after the first pool party I attended, we had pool parties Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then lunch and go home on Sunday. I was fine Monday. Tuesday midday, I was hit in the face by the heaviest like bronchitis I've ever had. 41-degree fever, just like could not physically move. It was the sickest I've ever been, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, fucked.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually get sick afterwards, but I am dead for at least 2 days, no doubt. And also Excel, where we like wake up at 7, we rig up the place for 3 hours, 2 hours, fixing us and making food, and then party for 10 hours, and then rig down, and then we come home at like 4 a.m. I was like,
and then you always have people at the party that are like, oh, I wish it lasts longer. And it's a motherfucker, I've been up for 20 hours.
Yeah, dude, but and then also rig down is carrying so many fucking mattresses.
Yeah.
It's carrying a lot of shit. This is why I finally got my own place, because of the rig up and the rig down. It's so intense. Yeah. I'm also noticing when I'm helping out Mollyland now, I'm like, I'm not doing rig up, rig down. I'm done with this. I'm fucking done with that shit.
Not touching this mattress.
No, not my job. No. Fuck this. I'm getting underpaid for it. So I'm like, no.
But I think that is a valid point, though, that with the time, we've also learned that the core team who's doing hosting cannot be the same people that are rigging up and rigging down. That is not sustainable long term.
Because of how much it takes to host and have to be there. And when we as hosts are calm and have capacity and are grounded, this is when the events actually create magic.
Well,
this is what I noticed about the villa events. Like, we finally have time. And in the morning, we're like, wow, we're going to do now. We got like an hour of like dead time. Yeah. And how that calms us down. It calms everybody else down, because that's what we're bringing into. And then what our focus has been the past 2 years, how do we have fun at our events? We're going to need to stop doing this for other people. How do we do this for ourselves? Yeah. Because when we enjoy ourselves, everybody else enjoys themselves. That is the key.
And for the longest time, I thought that meant I had to be super sexual.
Yeah, same!
For the longest time, I have thought that literally, basically, let's be honest, until like maybe some months ago.
Good job.
But, hey, I'm the baby of the runt, okay? There's nobody else who's younger than me.
Listen, her brain is only now fully developed. Let her
right? No, it's fine. But yeah, so like I'm super sexual, and like, you know, and for me also that question was always a bit like, oh yeah, but how do we have fun together? It was like, oh, I gotta make out with everybody. Do I want to make out with everybody? I mean, maybe yeah, maybe let's try that and see. So I'm definitely more in my like willingness to, you know, participate in anything, and I don't feel like I have any regrets or that I've forgone my consent on
Right.
myself. So that's really great, but because I also have other experience, obviously, but for sure, like I am been very sexual at
I just got a flashback that us three in the sofa.
Oh, that was fun.
But that was more sensual than
Yeah.
sexual. And
Yeah, but this is the part where like I don't really have sex at my events anymore.
No, I feel like when there's sexual stuff happening with you involved, there's almost as if there's like this ironic distance there where you're like, oh yeah, like we're energy fucking, but we're not really. Like there's this like, yeah, it feels like it's almost like for funsies.
But no, but it is playing around. I mean,
Right.
it is like ikke gutta, men sånn der.
No, but it is gutta.
You play around, but it's energy sex. I still don't know really what it is, but let's play around and let's do it.
You know what you're really good at? You're really good at like doing the weirdest touches and like weirdest sounds and like, you know, like, you know, but that's a real skill. Like people don't appreciate that enough. Like sometimes I'm like, oh my God, bitch, don't touch me like that. And then afterwards I'm like, yeah, okay. It wasn't for me, but I, you know. Like,
you have an example? We need to be more descriptive
more
of
like the
our
toe
members.
sucking.
No, that one I really like. Okay. I
Okay,
don't have particularly
sandwich. We were Amy in the bottom,
Pretty sure, yeah.
Tay in the middle, me on top, humping them, giving that energy, fucking. And there's
There was
also
like a
Chihuahua.
leg here and like
There was
there.
also a Chihuahua dog there who came in and wanted to join us.
Oh
Wasn't it?
yeah,
That was that time.
Yeah.
That was that time.
And then I go down on your toes and give you some toe sucking that you never experienced before. It was so fun to see your reactions, see your face. I do it for the reactions.
It's still like I can't believe that when you close your eyes, like this is a pro tip by the way, if you close your eyes and somebody sucks between your big toe and the second toe, just slow and like carefully and very sensually, and you close your eyes and you have at least for me, I have a vagina, and it feels like you're going down on me there, not just on my toes, which I really enjoyed.
Funny the connection. How our body is so fully connected there.
Yeah, I mean there is a foot flexology type of thing that's happening, and
and the time that you sucked my dick. Oh my God.
Oh, that was great. I think you should tell the story.
I just remember what I remember is I have a strap on, we put whipped cream on it, and then you suck it, and your facial expression when you maybe that's where I actually got, not from the actually picture that you showed me of
Yeah.
So actually I was confusing.
It's your mental picture.
Yeah. Yes, it was actually. I actually have a real life picture of that.
It's also from when you and me eat Maria's dick.
Yeah, with cake, right?
With lots of cake on it.
Yeah.
That's true too. Yes.
And you took a picture of that.
This is. Can I go on a little Juicebox rant?
Yes.
Okay. So there is this whole controversy, right, about Juicebox being for straight women or for like women who have men at home and like whatnot. And I sometimes in Juicebox meetings meet women who are in a relationship with another woman whom carry this energy of like, let's call it ironic distance. It's almost like I'm here, but I don't really know if I approve yet. And they have this like almost hateful kind of vibe towards anything that could be portrayed as heteronormativity.
Yes.
So when we're like joking about sucking each other's dicks, like we're talking about literally giving blowjobs to people wearing strap-ons, right? Yeah. And you could, in theory, go, oh, why are you bothering sucking this like fake dick? It doesn't matter. It's all that sexual towards men. But there are no men in the room. It is not for men. Like we are having a great time, and who cares who and why gets pleasure from that? Yes. But it also pisses me off because I'm like, but there are women with dicks.
Yes.
There are chicks with dicks everywhere.
Yeah.
Can we not be so hateful towards
yes
things that are great for some of us.
Yes. And that we also can have dicks and energy dicks. And that is also something. Like, you sucking
How
my dick
fun!
was like, I can feel it. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Because it's all the energy a part of it.
Yeah.
And it's something also about the power play as well, going
Yeah.
into, you know, sucking something that's mine.
Absolutely.
And maybe there's a part of it that obviously this is not scientifically, but this is just my thinking logically here.
Oh,
Because in the womb, right? So there are no dicks in the beginning. There's just
Yeah.
vulvas.
Mhm.
So the vulva becomes the dick, right? So maybe because you know you see the dick, it's like almost like you feel
like you've evolved into a man.
yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have to call it man. We can call it another species.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was
For
me
sure.
being heteronormative.
Fun!
No, but it's good to police each other. No, just
Yeah.
kidding.
Police myself. Yeah.
Well, but that's true, because I remember we did have a workshop on the womb
Mhm.
where, like, my pink space, where Marie was giving a sucking dick kind of course, or not course, but she's
Workshop?
showing. Yeah, not really. It wasn't formal that way. She was like, yeah,
It was very much just like girlies having a good time.
yeah, and talking about it. And then there was a gay couple there was like, what?
Yeah.
More like also a lot of hate on men too.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately I do see a lot in the lesbian culture of the hatred of men, because of their history in the past.
I was gonna say,
and it makes
valid,
very
however.
valid. Yeah, totally. Like, this is what I also learned in the podcast. We need to learn how to forgive men and all the shit they have done towards us and to the world. How the fuck are we gonna do that? Because they have done a lot of fucking shit. Is that even possible? So totally valid that.
And also, who are we forgiving past men who have caused harm for? Right? Are we doing
Yeah.
it to heal society as a general? Are we doing it for ourselves? Are we doing it for men? Because
Technically, all of it. We have to
Right.
heal. If we're going to heal the universe. And
holy shit, that's a different podcast.
I know. But yeah, we need to heal the wounded masculine that's in ourselves, that's in the
Yeah.
other human
Yeah.
beings around us. There, who's in everyone, in that sense. But yeah, if you're hating on men, you're also hating that masculine part in yourself.
For sure. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, back to Juicebox.
Yes.
Okay, what else memories
Is
do we have? What?
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe let's put in like an embarrassing moment, because there's probably lots of people, like we still get people who come for the first time now after 8 years, and they've been in the community for a long time or been following it a long time, and they just haven't dared to or whatever. So I would like to maybe have some self-offering embarrassment to people in order to, I don't know, like
Normalize it and
normalize
just put it less.
or to do not make it so scary.
I've definitely messed up, let's call it that. I don't want to call it like embarrassment, because I probably connect embarrassment to something might being funny, and I don't think like
This is funny.
the things that I think about when I'm like, okay, what were my like Juicebox less great things, right? They're not funny necessarily, but I've definitely had experiences where I've assumed and then not necessarily caused harm, but definitely been on the line too, you know? Like, for example, assuming that someone wants to go from using fingers to using toys, right? And assumed and then had someone go, actually, no, I don't want toys. And like, that's fine, that's valid, but it would have been great if I asked first, right? It would have been so much better. And the person who's on the receiving end shouldn't have to be in like the mode of protecting themselves and like, you know, that should have been a conversation beforehand. And if it wasn't, I should ask before I move.
Love that example. Yeah. Have you ever messed up?
No, but I will probably. I went into defense, but no way, probably. But what that brought up in my memory of an instance is how many times I also have had sex with a woman who was just laying there still.
Yeah.
No reaction at all. And not understanding that this is probably more of a freeze response.
Yeah.
And also not being good at checking in or actually just stop, or being actually daring to just stop the whole thing. Because often you're like, okay, we're going to do this. You want to use this toy? Cool. And I do it. And then, because I got the consent for it, but then I'm like, I'm not getting any reaction. What is this? Is it because we have learned not to give any reactions? We are usually very bad at expressing ourselves. But also that's not good for me. I don't want to do this if I'm not getting any good reactions in return. Then I'm like, why are we doing this? And not daring to speak up on it. And just like, okay, I'm just gonna slowly stop without saying anything. And then, are you okay? Is this good? And then they just like, yes. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I think it's more awkward moments. I think there's been a lot of awkward moments in that sense,
and not daring to name them as awkward.
Yeah, because I also like what is happening, and I'm also been very learning of my intuition and reading other people of what is happening or what's not happening, and trying just to trust what they're saying. But we have too many good girls in this community, and don't actually dare to say what they're saying, and that's when they actually need somebody to be like, hey, no, I think I'm sensing you're tensing up. I'm gonna stop for a moment, actually, and taking or being that grounded also in myself to be able to do that. That is something I definitely have learned.
That's a massive like aspect as well of the where do you draw the line between thinking I know you and your body better than you and communicating that when you don't communicate anything to me, that to me leaves me feeling insecure. And I don't know if you like this anymore, and therefore I'm not going to continue.
Right. And being able to setting that boundary, basically. That is the boundary.
For me is what I like. I resonate with both stories. Obviously, I've also made mistakes. I think I've also made mistakes in terms of aftercare. Because aftercare in the beginning was just not a term that we introduced, that we used, that I personally like had any sense of concept of. And then I think there's been times where aftercare, either by me needing to have it or me needing to give it, was completely failed or not existent, and that just resolved into like what you said, like awkwardness and like tension in the space and in the room, and then also maybe a bit of this like a dom drop or a sub drop. And I've had a dom drop very early on in Lollipop that was very heavy for me. I think I talked about it on the last episode, but I can link to that episode.
I think the first episode, actually.
And then evolving from that, and now learning that, if there is tension, dare to speak on it, dare to just be like, hey, I feel a bit of tension. Is it I something's happening in me, I'm activated, can we just talk about it for a minute, can I give you a hug, can I hold you, or can you hold me? Like daring to ask what the other person needs, and daring to ask for what I need is something that is a constant learning, obviously, but I'm much better at it now than I was in many years ago.
Right.
Just when you said aftercare, I had a flashback of like, oh yeah, that is kind of embarrassing. Which was, let's not name her because she hasn't consented to being told the story. But there was a Juicebox moment where I was having sex with someone, and then after I'd come, because she'd done stuff to me, I was like, do you want anything? And she was like, no, I'm fine. And so I just went, oh, okay. And then we cuddled for a bit, and then I was like, okay, actually, I'm going to go to bed. And so I went to go to bed, but then she felt abandoned in that moment, which, knowing now, I should have, asked her more questions and not just gone like, all right, well, I'm off to bed then, right? And I should have been like, how are you feeling? Like, how was that for you? And if I was really tired and wanted to go to bed, how would you feel if I go to bed right now? Is that all right? Like, is there anything you need before I go? I did none of that. I just went, all right, well, then, okay, thanks for the orgasm. Like, so that felt a bit, embarrassing now. Or I've been embarrassed about it.
I also definitely, like, embarrassment to me is something that when I feel it in my body, it's the one that I don't want to feel it. I've had such a, like, I don't need to, like, I can't look at that kind of.
Right.
So there's definitely been moments where I've been embarrassed and then having not been able to deal with it, like in terms of like my performing sex or my is so, the masking is so high that when someone who knows me a little bit better then pokes at something that is like, I can see it through the mask, and I'm like, no, you can't, and don't tell anybody else, like, don't do it, nobody can see this. And those often I think go with like maybe bodily functions. This is
All right.
ridiculous, but like whatever, have you ever like your stomach has grunted in
All the
like
time.
a very quiet space when it's like a cuddle puddle and your stomach goes like whoa, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I want to die.
Yeah.
That no, you don't feel that.
No,
But
I don't
for
feel that
me,
at all. But yes.
see, this is what I mean. Like I've been very focused on like maintaining this sort of like persona a lot of times, and especially also in these spaces because I've been giving a platform to do so,
Yeah.
but also because I think it just became to me so naturally of like, oh, I can play with this. I can really like put on that identity because that feels so safe to be like a perfect little girl.
Mm.
Whose
But
tummy
then
never growls.
yes,
And never farts.
never.
And do not poop.
No, never.
No.
So yeah,
This butt is strictly for anal.
I know someone who's gonna be happy about that. But but yeah, Juicebox. How do you? Sorry. Ooh. Do you have anything else that we want to ask Amy in her space of in the timeline of Juicebox, the memories?
Yeah. What are
what's the happiest memory? of yours?
happiest? When is the time you cried? Is there any like an emotional kind of evolution we have here?
I definitely have a lot of good Juicebox memories. Some of them are in events and some of them are around events. Like for me, if I think of like a giggly but also kind of pinch me moment, was the first time I went to Bergen. I went with 2 suitcases that were both full of dicks. Like it was so many. I don't understand why I brought all of them. But it's really important that we have all of the toys. And there was a moment of like, wow, this is so cool. Like this thing that we built is now making me travel. Like that's great. But then also when I arrived at the airport and went to the like baggage reclaim thing, one of my suitcases were very loudly buzzing. And it's just like, you can't, like, there's nothing I can do here but giggle and open my suitcase full of dicks to turn it off. Like, I can't get out of the situation. I cannot save it.
Yes.
And I remember that as a really funny moment.
Yeah. We have had that too with our tour as well.
Yeah,
Right.
that was funny.
Oh, it's also embarrassing. Oh, actually, in the beginning of Mini Juice, I would go to different places, right? So I would carry my suitcase with me. And every single time a taxi driver would drive me home somewhere around 2 or 3 a.m. with a suitcase full of toys. And every single time someone would be like, oh, is it an instrument? Or like, are you moving? Where are you going? And I'd always just be like, ha ha, and not say anything.
Oh my
And then
god.
towards the end, I was like starting to say things like, no, I have like a Tupperware party. Because I did not want to start a sex positive conversation with a taxi driver.
But it's so funny how taxi drivers always ask, oh, you're moving? They're like, they're surprised that you have a suitcase with you. Like
At 3 a.m, yeah, kind of. Like,
come on, it's just a suitcase. Normal to have a suitcase.
in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's normal in our industry, but I don't think it's so normal outside of it.
Yes. Okay. Happy moments.
To pull it out of my ass like that? Okay.
What is one where you
Okay.
felt almost like rørt? Like so like what's it called?
I have something. And then
Yeah,
we can
please,
spitball because I
please.
think it would definitely help when we start the ball
Yeah,
and
please.
brings up memories. I would say the first time I had like this funny awakening with sex and what sex actually can be was, yes, there was a spinner bottle. There was a girl there who had first time heard being to Juicebox, never been with a girl before, and had just came out of a really toxic relationship with a man. And I gave her an orgasm with my new toy, the wand, which I felt very confident with because
Hell yeah.
it is so powerful. So you
Love
can
that shit.
literally give anybody an orgasm. Usually,
Pretty much,
except
yeah.
for one person, I remember that we really tried to
Yes!
give her an orgasm, and we never managed. And we all
Wow.
we had it as a
This
task.
is like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Like,
this was the beginning.
Shit.
This is right before Corona.
Oh.
So yeah, I remember that. We
Jesus,
had
I
it as a
forgotten
team, like
that.
we can do it. And we all tried different things, but then it's like, y'all, it's probably not the physical part, it's the emotional part.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a bit deeper than the physical.
Yeah, it's so much more the emotional part, but we didn't know that back then.
Was she blindfolded?
She was at one point, yeah.
Wow. Because I was just like, maybe there was too much sensing going on that you had to deprive her.
Yeah,
But
right.
then it wasn't.
Again, it wasn't physical. It was the emotional
Yeah,
part.
for sure.
But yeah, I miss her. I haven't seen her for a while.
Yeah.
But
I have another one.
Yeah.
At a moment, this was a mini juice. There was a very, very, very cute girl. I want to say she was probably in her early 20s, who said in the sharing circle in the beginning that she was really quite nervous and she'd never done anything, including kissing, with girls. She didn't know if she'd like it, but she really wanted to try. And then a couple of hours later, we're doing like a spin the bottle situation. She very type kisses another girl and then sits back down onto her knees, and she has the cutest expression on her face that's just like, it looks like a child who's just like received their first Christmas present. It's just like, I can't believe this is for me. Like, it was so fucking cute. And in that moment, I just had to contain it to not be like, you're adorable, because like, you can't, like, it's their first time.
Yes,
but it was so beautiful to see.
Yes, I agree. There's a lot of beautiful moments where you have this awakening of people waking up for the first time, and like, oh wow, is it this how life can be? Oh wow, is this how safe we can feel? Like, oh, is this what connection can be like? And that was back to my original story that I didn't finish. But was that when I gave her an orgasm, she cried. And she had this beautiful release of like really like crying, like finally somebody giving me attention and love and not having to give it back and all this. And then as I was like, I felt like a magician. I'm like, yeah, with my wand, I'm like, I can heal people through this. I have healing powers. Wow, this is pretty powerful. Whoa, what can we do here?
I'm quite clearly picturing you with that
actually got
massive wand, just like, oh baby.
It got me like really like, oh, seeing someone else's seeing someone else's joy is just so
not just joy, awakening. That they actually flower and open up and dare do something that they have never dared before. Yes, I agree. That is why we have been doing Juicebox for so fucking long without actually earning any money on it. We're actually going around is because those moments. Yes, I remember like going to introduce for the first time after Maria had been hosting it for 2 years, and this is the first time I actually had time to go check up on her. And was again, this is the brink of we need to change Juicebox. We can't be doing what we want anymore, or doing what we're doing. And then going there and just seeing all these beautiful women and non-binary and just oh wow, oh my god, thank you. Oh wow, is this what it can be like? They're just like flowering. You're like, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, how can we close this down when this is happening?
Like, we can't, right?
Yeah, like, we can't take this away from people. It's so beautiful.
Just need to make it more sustainable for ourselves, for the people, and continue to be a platform for self-discovery.
Yes.
I think maybe we can end it here. Unless you have something that you're sitting with, obviously.
Well, I didn't feel like I feel like we still just scratched the surface. There's still so much more to talk about.
That's true.
That's what I feel. But this is what we were seeing with our podcast. We're never finished. There's still so much more to talk about.
I'm like, we can talk so much more about like queendom and like what is that like? What's the good parts? What's the not so good parts?
But also we didn't go so much about like how is an event and what to expect an event, because that was trying to go into as well.
Well,
I mean, we can like be like, hey, next episode,
then next episode, and then next episode.
Just because like it's also like give people a bit of a container of like that we at least for me, I feel like I need a break soon to like rest a bit, and it's probably also just because I just cried. So I feel like I need a space.
But I would,
but we can absolutely do another episode where we talk about that stuff. I think
I agree for sure.
But this is where I can also get emotional, because the thing of 8 years is now feeling how proud I am of us, of what we have been doing and how much we've changed. And the part, like the emotional part, because the first it was just physical, okay, sex with another woman, okay, my sexuality. And then discovering, okay, the emotional aspect of it, the spiritual journey of it, the energy part of it, the becoming more confident in your body, the self-love we're also tapping into.
Cry the pollen out.
Yes.
Try the pollen out.
And yeah, of now it's also the communication part. We're now working on how to communicate better with each other, how to expressing our boundaries, expressing yourself. Beginning, we didn't talk really about consent, and then now we're having full-blown 4-hour consent workshops. That's just like the
Right.
tip of the iceberg of what we're like going more into, and understand the grasp of depth of being a full human.
And worthy of love and
Yes.
staying grounded. Sorry, I lost it. But like,
Yeah. feeling ourselves.
yeah,
And
understanding ourselves.
understanding yourself and becoming true to ourselves, and then bring people along in our journey.
Because it's also beautiful, right? That we all bonded over how important Juicebox as a concept is for us, and how we've all given what is within our capacity to uphold the beauty of that. And I think that's beautiful.
Yes. And this is what I think is so beautiful of what we're doing, and it is always ever evolving.
Yeah.
People feel like, okay, you start a business, it's the same thing, and that's done. I'm like, no, Juicebox is the most transformative thing ever.
For sure.
It's definitely been stagnant sometime because of my own capacity and had so much other things to think about. And now finally cutting things out and now I can focus on this again. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Basically.
But it's also, it really reflects how the people who hosted have evolved, how the people who attended have evolved, how like all these people who have contributed to the community over the times. Like it's yes, there's someone who has been holding like the strands of it and like guidance and like a lot of things, like smaller things, and but then wow, it's just a living organism in a sense that it has feelings and it changes and it has ruptures and it like it needs like some holding, sometimes it needs like soothing, and sometimes it needs some tough love, and sometimes you need a kick in the ass to go get going.
Yes, definitely.
And then
No doubt. So thank you guys for listening. We would love to hear your reflections of what we said. If anything, sparked an interest in you, or you just don't disagree, or love to add on something, to add a different reflection, because there's so many perspectives to one thing. So we'd love to hear that.
I just want to say that I recently discovered, that's probably me being old school, but I recently discovered that on YouTube you can when you're writing a comment, the timestamp is there as well, so you can write a comment to that specific moment and be like, hey, I would love for you to explore that option, or like what you just said, elaborate on that, or like this is something I didn't agree on, so please check out the YouTube video. That would be lovely.
Yes, thank you. And if you like what we do, we really appreciate the support in any kind of form. And that's liking, that's loving, that's sharing, that is commenting, saving, yes, all those technology stuff in that way. Tech wavy stuff. Yeah, that's how you show support in today's society. And if you're feeling generous, we have our PayPal. You can give us some money because we are doing this for free until we can work this up and get some sponsors and all this, and hopefully
I don't know what that means.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
In the context? What does it mean in this context?
Abundance?
Yes, it's feel like we're working in like release. Yes, abundance.
It's a female orgasm.
Yes.
Right.
It just multiplies, it just gives and gives.
Multiple orgasms.
All right.
We love having you. I think that it was awesome for us to be in this together, and we'd love to have you back in hear more about your perspectives.
I feel like a unicorn that's joining your relationship for a little bit. It's very cute.
Yes. We're going to do another episode of Amy and go more deep dive into who Amy is and all of her background and perspectives of life and experiences with your first time being gay.
Oh,
Your queer
shit.
experience, you know?
Don't you want to hear about that? I sure do.
Yes. And what makes you come as well? Because we've always said, like, you know, remember to breathe, you know, breathing is very important.
No, thank you.
And then he was like, no, hell no.
No.
And then endometriosis is also very important, I think, there. And your mental health. Oh, we could be fucking 5 podcasts about you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a lot. It's a lot.
But a lot of things that I think it's good to normalize and bring onto the table.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, let's go have some dinner.
Please, I'm hungry.
yes. All right.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you.
Yes, good job.
Lots of love.
Oh, good job. And we do 3-way kiss.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I should have held the microphone closer. Like,
Oh, we can do that now. Wow.
when did kisses become so sexual? Hold on.
Okay. Okay, non-sexual. Mwah. 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 I'm trying to do non-sexual kisses. That's a cute kiss. Mwah. Oh, that kind of is sexual for some people who like, you know.
I think that mwah sound makes it sexual.
The
Mwah.
Mwah.
I don't know.
Mwah. Mwah. Because mwah.
Yeah.
Because that's the bevegelse. Yeah, it's like glasses for blue filter glasses.
Yeah, I just never seen you with glasses. I was like, girl, what? You got smart now suddenly.
Yeah, it's more like I wanted an accessory for my head.
That's cute.
So, but also I like glasses. I think I look really cute.
You're really smart enough. You definitely did.
Okay. I'm gonna have a nap. Thank you.
A second nap.
I actually never had a nap.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, you just chilled.
Okay. Sorry.
No, we can